Hello, I am back. Today I'm going to be doing what not your average air horn enthusiast would do. I am going to attempt to quiet down one of these horns. Now I've done it to one of these horns and it brought it down from 125 dB to 115 dB. So I forgot which one it was. So today I'm going to be testing each one and see which one needs to quiet down. Obviously got to have my hearing protection. Oh. There it is. Now right now you can see the current dB level just right there. He's running right here. I am right here, and as you can see he's reading around 70 dB, 71 when I'm talking. But when I stop talking, you can see it goes to around 33 dB. The quietest it's gotten in here was 28 decibels. So now I'm gonna test each one and see which one needs to get quieted down. So here we go. And I'm running with 100 psi. Alright, so this is around 124. This should be the quiet one. As you can see, it's couldn't really see it, so let's put it on max. Alright, now let's try it again. Alright, so I got around 116 decibels. So now I'm going to quiet this one down instead of this one. Oh, there. I'm going to quiet this one down. So let's put that one right next to right there. Now I'm going to do a little trick about like fast forwarding and whatnot. About taking the back cap off. Let's just zoom in a bit. Zoom in a bit so you can see it pretty well. Alright, there we go. I can see it. Alright, here we go. And I do the little fast forward effect. Remind the editor to do this effect at this time. Alright, stop. Alright, stop the fast forward effect right now. Alright, so here I got the spring or the back cap off, which is right here. See, here's the spring. There's the spring. Just put that right there. Just zoom out a bit. Alright, there we go. Got the back cap right here. Let's just move it outwards a bit so you can see it too. Alright, so here is the diaphragm. This right here, this part right here, the part that actually touches the diaphragm, this part right here is called the nozzle. And this is what actually makes the noise. This makes the noise, and this causes it to vibrate. Alright, so now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to unscrew this, because at the time right now, the nozzle part is higher than, just get rid of it, there we go. The nozzle part is higher than the actual, than the area where the diaphragm sits on. So now what I'm gonna do, right there is where the diaphragm sits on, as you can see, right there, and this is higher than that one right there. So I'm gonna turn this a couple of times, and hopefully, or not hopefully, it would bring the body of the horn outwards like that. So thus it would bring the nozzle down. Alright, so here we go. It's just pretty hard. First couple of turns is pretty hard. Gotta grab shoes on. Alright, so I had to cut off for a second. I had a little tough time because this was on very tight. However, about like half hour later, I was able to finally get it off with the help of some little WD-40. So pretty much what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna unscrew this part a few turns. As you can see, I'm turning the whole horn and holding this steady, so I'm bringing the body in and bringing the nozzle out. Alright, so now I believe I've gotten a few turns. Now in this one, it comes with a little locking nut, so all I gotta do is just, oh yeah, you can't even see. It's just pretty much bring the nut in more to lock it in place. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the back cap, the back cap and the diaphragm back on. Alright, so a little note to the editor: do the fast forwarding in about 30 seconds. So pretty much I do this, put that back on, line it up. Alright, note to the editor: speed up the putting on the back cap at this time. Alright, so now I've put the back cap back on. I've taken the back cap off, loosened the nut and body, and raised it down a bit. So now hopefully it'll be much quieter. Alright, so now I just gotta find here it is, my hearing protection. Let's turn, there it is. Let's turn, still can barely even see. Alright, there we go. I got my hearing protection. That's just right here. Remember, safety first. Alright. Alright, so now I'm going to be sounding it off. Sounding this one off. Alright, so now let's put my meter on max. There we go. Alright. So now before it was at 127 dB. Now hopefully, after I did a modification, hopefully it'll be much quieter. Alright, what if that happens? It means you have it too loose, so pretty much all you gotta do, put that down, is just take the nut right here. Oh. You should just take the nut right here, and you just move it over a bit. Oh, still have it a little too loose. Which, alright, there we go. Pretty much until you hear like metal to metal grinding. That means that the nozzle is now touching the diaphragm, so that's a good thing. Alright, so now take 2. Alright, seems like it's having trouble, so pretty much all we gotta do now is just do a few more turns. A little, just a tad turn. Alright, take 3. Let me just see, this is the part where it gets tricky. Alright, there we go. So now I've taken the horn that was 127 decibels, and I was able to lower it to 115 decibels. And as you can see, that it was still, when I did the first try, there was too much of a, I turned it too much, and the diaphragm was not touching the nozzle. So I played it around with a bit, make sure it's sounding, making the correct tone, however, at a much lower decibel level. So now these are ready to be installed onto a car. Now I'm going to show you both. Let's just put on regular. Now here we go. Now it's not as loud. I don't have hearing protection on at this moment right now. Here it is. I'll just put that aside right there. And you'll see that you'll hear that it's not very loud. It's not very loud, is it? No. As you can see, it's at 113 dB. And this one should be around 115. Alright, so now, yeah. So now, these horns are now street legal and everything in between. So, and if you want to make your horns, this is how to do it. So, have fun with your horns. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.